Hey everybody, it's Marsh Monkey here. This is my Gotham Season 2, Episode 5 review and rundown. I'm already messing up. I got my DC shirt on, so I'm ready to go. Tomorrow's my Flash video, so I guess I'll wear my Flash shirt tomorrow. I don't know, maybe. But anyway, there is a lot of stuff to talk about. We actually got Firefly this episode. We've got, the Court of Owls. I guess it'll be the Court of Owls origin coming up soon. But we have the Wayne feud and the Galavan feud. We also have some stuff with the Penguin, Selena Kyle. We have just a whole lot of stuff to run down. So, spoiler alert, if you have not seen the episode yet, you have to watch it. It's pretty good. It's not as good as the rest of the season so far. I feel like this episode's one of the ones where it's just like on the down scale rather than the ones that are doing really well. This episode was okay to me. I feel like it was good, but it wasn't as good as last week's. So yeah, but we got a lot of stuff to talk about, like I said, so let's get started. Starting with Jim Gordon, Michael Chiklis, Jim Gordon, Nathaniel Barnes, and Harvey Bullock, and the Strike Force. So yeah, the Strike Force and stuff really actually did not, it was actually kind of weird this episode. I feel like I did not like how they did the main story for this episode. I did not like the whole Strike Force breaking in stuff. I did not like that at all. I feel like the first part was weird, the no pants, penguin money, whatever. And the whole, how they were talking about no pants and all that stuff, and how to give them pants and then not give them pants, and that was just weird. I did not like that at all. I feel like that was just, awkward and just, not even entertaining to me. I feel like it was what the heck are you talking about? I didn't even understand. It was kind of confusing and weird at the same time, because they basically just opened with, a rocket launcher and craziness, and it was okay, what's going on? I don't even know. So I feel like that might have confused a little bit. Some people that were watching, it might confuse them. I did not like that part at all. I feel like it was not necessary to put that in there. I feel like they could have stolen money, but they, the writers could have wrote it a different way, because this was just, in my opinion, it was just not great to open with that. So next time, let's not open with something like that, but let's open with something better. So I did not like how the episode opened up, but the episode got a little bit better as we picked up. Another thing that I want to talk about is that Harvey Bullock, you guys know Bullock, is not in this season as much as everybody else. I feel like, I can't remember if it's Donald or Donald. I think it's Donald Logue. I don't know. That Donald Logue plays Bullock. I feel like Donald Logue shined last season because of his partnership with Jim. And I feel like bringing on the Strike Force and Nathaniel Barnes and all that is basically just throwing away the buddy cop drama that Gotham was. Because I feel like Gotham was intended to be a buddy cop drama, but in the world of comic book villains and heroes. And they basically just threw that away with the Strike Force. So that's why we're not seeing a lot of Bullock. So they need to bring him back with some big action stuff, or a Bullock-centric episode, so that we get more of him, because we haven't seen him barely at all this episode, and barely at all this season. So that's why I was upset, because Gotham was made as a buddy cop drama last season, so why they're changing it up, I don't know. But with the Strike Force, and Nathaniel Barnes, and all the stuff that's going on in GCPD, that is why Bullock is not getting a lot of moments in this episode, or in the season at all. So I just wanted to clarify that. They end up going to the Merc. It is a shop with, I guess for bombs and, I don't even know, for villains, I guess. A villain's grocery store. That also confused me. It also probably confused a lot of you out there. Again, this episode, not feeling, actually really did not like this episode a lot as I did the others. I feel like this episode was okay, and I liked the introduction of Firefly. That was actually probably the best thing in this episode. But other than that, didn't really like this episode as much. Only because of the police parts, with the Merc at the Merc, and with the opening, I did not like. So anyway, they end up going, and they end up, blowing up this guy, because he stole his dynamite or whatever. He ended up blowing up. Michael Chiklis, of course, made his first Gotham joke. Another thing that I, wanted to clarify with Bullock again, is that Michael Chiklis, or I guess maybe Nathaniel Barnes is there with Gordon, and Barnes isn't Gordon's partner, so I feel like that was just weird. You don't even have the, it's just weird. It's just weird to me how Barnes is pretty much now filling up the screen. Obviously, because Michael Chiklis is a huge actor, so it's good for him to be in the show. But this is this is Bullock's limelight, so don't be creeping in on that, Barnes. Don't be creeping in with your task force. Anyway, so they do those parts as well. Gordon and Bullock end up fighting off Firefly later on in the episode. It was crazy. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later on, though, as we get into the Firefly parts. But it was fun to see that Gordon and Bullock are still kind of doing stuff. But like I said, bring more Bullock in. Bullock is the reason why that a lot of people watch Gotham, is because Bullock and Gordon, because that was a buddy cop drama. It was made as a buddy cop drama in season 1, so let's carry on that in season 2. Let's not just put a bunch of crazy people in a strike force. Anyway, so yeah, let's move on to our next story. On to the next story. Firefly, Selena, Penguin, and Butch. Woohoo! So yeah, this is what we're going to talk about. So I'm just combined all of them into one, because Firefly, Penguin, and Selena and Butch all go together a little bit. I don't know, just kind of. So first, let's start with Penguin. Penguin and Galvan, of course, have their meeting in the beginning of the episode, where they talk about all the stuff going on with Penguin's mother and how to get back at Galvan. And of course, Penguin, that was the Penguin's money that was stolen, or I guess not stolen, but retrieved by GCPD. So anyway, Penguin's gotten a little bit of crazy this episode. Penguin seems way more paranoid than ever. I feel like that's something that I kind of like, kind of don't. You guys remember in season 1, Penguin was always getting, potentially killed, because, he's been caught by Fish many times. Fish almost killed him. Maroney almost killed him. Falcone, I think, almost killed him. Jim could have killed him if he wanted to. So I feel like Penguin has been paranoid all last season. Then we open with this season with him being the king of Gotham, and he's right back to where it begins. Right back to being under someone's thumb, and that thumb is Gallivan's thumb, and he's all paranoid, probably more than ever in the show. So it's really cool to see that as well. I liked this episode because of Penguin. That was another reason why it was really good. Firefly, Penguin, and Selena, and the Fish loyalists, well, I guess Firefly's family, is what I liked about this episode. Didn't like any of the police parts. But anyway, yeah, we get a little bit of Penguin going cray in this episode. There's this stuff with the knife that I'm going to talk about in the history lesson. I'm going to talk about in a second. But we're also going to talk about Selena. So Selena and Butch go on some errands to the Fish loyalists, I guess you can call them. Fish loyalists. And they were talking a whole lot about Fish. Now, one thing we haven't gotten this season is a lot of Fish talk. So it was glad to see that they were kind of loyalists of Fish and saying when Fish comes back. And then Selena being if Fish comes back, which means that they're still throwing that on the table. I don't think that's a nod to us. I don't think that's a wink to us either. I think that was already written in there. We already understand Fish is gone. So I'm not really sure if she's confirmed dead. I heard from some source one day that it was oh, Fish is completely dead. But then I heard from another day that she wasn't, and then I'm confused. So I think what's going on is that Jada Pinkett Smith has just left it. I think that she didn't sign on for season 2. She only signed a 1-year contract. She's doing some producing stuff and all that junk. She's doing all that. So I feel like they're going to discontinue the Fish, character. I feel like they're going to just leave it alone and shelf her forever. Or I might be wrong and Fish might come back. But I think that that's already written in the story. Don't get all excited because they're talking about Fish's return. I feel like they're just going to probably just shelf Fish forever. Just keep her there and not bring her back. Or maybe I'm wrong, maybe they will bring her back, but don't get all jumpy and excited because they're talking about Fish. That's just because she was a character. She supposedly died, so why would they not talk about it? So they have to talk about it in order to, address that storyline. So that's why they're talking about Fish, so don't get too excited that, Fish might come back, or Fish might be on. She might come back in season 3, Jada Pinkett Smith might try to contact them, might want to get back on the show, but for now, we assume Fish is dead. Don't assume anything else, just say Fish is dead for now until we get some concrete evidence and maybe even see Fish in season 3 or the season 2 finale or whatever it is. So just assume she's dead for now. Anyway, they talk about that, and then we get introduced to Firefly. Now, they are going to be having the first female Firefly of all time. So they changed the origin from male to female. I actually did a video on this a while back ago, and I actually thought that it was going to be a little weird to see Firefly be turned into a female because it was kind of weird. So yeah, but the way they introduced Bridget, the way they introduced a new character as Firefly, the way they did, wrote the character, the actress was amazing in it. She actually, I think, favorited one of my tweets as well, and I saw her Twitter, so I didn't know who she was until I saw the Twitter, the notification, so I saw her Twitter, and the way the actress was, how they wrote the character, how they introduced her. I actually really thoroughly enjoyed her. I really like this character. A lot of people might bash the Firefly female thing, but I kind of like it. I mean, I kind of like how recently they've been changing comic book characters into female or male, whatever you want to do. So, like, for example, Thor turned into a female at one point. So, I'm liking how they're taking Firefly and on Gotham and making her a female character. It would have been fun to see what it was like as a male, though, because then Selena wouldn't have a friend, she'd have, like, a potential love interest. Since Bruce is going to be with Silver, why can't Selena have somebody? So that would have been fun to see, but I'm glad that they're sticking to the friendship forever, best friends, all that stuff thing. But, yeah. Like I said, we get other stuff with Butch as well. Butch got his hand cut off by Penguin, because they're going to set up this whole elaborate scheme for Galavan. So, we're probably going to see more of that next week. I'm really excited for that. I'm really sad for Butch. He's been through a lot the past season and this season too. So, I think I've talked about everything for this time though. So, let's talk about the history lesson now. Penguin gets a history lesson on the knife. Of course, we get the backstory. This is kind of like Court of Owls seeding to grow the Court of Owls. So, we talk about that. We talk about the Wayne family, the Elliot family, the Cain family, I can't remember all of them. There's 5, but I can't remember all of them. The Cain, Domar, I think Domar, I can't remember the name. The Wayne, Domar, the Elliots, the Cains, and the last ones, I can't think of their name. Darn it. But anyway, so the Wayne family had this whole thing with, like, the love story. We all know about it. The love story, forbidden love. They get caught. Something happens. The guy got exiled to sea. That was actually one of the Dama family members that got exiled to sea. He was the guy in the story. And that is the guy that's related to Theo Galavan. The family changed their name from Doma, I guess. I don't remember what the name exactly was. But from Doma to Galavan. And that's the name they stuck with. Now, going back to the other families, of course we got the Waynes, but we also have the Cains. So I don't remember who exactly in the comics was named Cain. I don't really remember. There was Barbara Keene, but that's Keene. So the Cassandra Cain, that's another possibility. I don't know if her family was rich. I don't know much about that one. I don't know, but comment down below which family that is, because I don't remember what comic book character had that name. The Elliots, I think that the Elliots are Thomas, or not Thomas, sorry, or yeah, Thomas Elliot, which is Hush. I think that's his family. Not really sure. So comment down below if you guys know that again. And, yeah, and comment down below what the 5th one was. I can't remember the 5th family's name. I think there was 5 families. I'm not really sure. But anyway, this is tying into the Court of Owls, the foundation of building Gotham. The Waynes wiped the Dumas family all off the map. They are gone, which is why Court of Owls is on this season. I am super excited for that. Galavan's going to have something to do with that, and he's going to try to destroy the Wayne family, but that's pretty much a dumb plan, because Bruce is, like, pretty much the only one left. And that was, like, years and years and years and years, like, oh, I think over 200 years ago. I'm not really sure. I don't remember what they said, but, like, I think that's over 200 years ago. Let it go. This is stupid. Like, it's like, I love the Court of Owls story, but Galavan, are you kidding me? Like, you want to be in charge of Gotham, and you want to have your family's, like, legacy, and you want to destroy the Wayne family? Like, are you kidding? This is, like, 200 years. You weren't even there. So it's like, really? Like, seriously, I'm kind of asking that question. Really, Galavan? So I feel like that's kind of just weird, and the whole court, like, Galavan, do we really necessarily need the whole court in Gotham, and you need to destroy the Wayne family? Really? So, but I know, it's just weird. But it ties into the whole Court of Owls story. I'm going to be excited for that. I hope you guys are excited too. Comment down below if you guys are excited for Court of Owls. They're probably not going to be bringing on the Talons, but that's probably the best part of Court of Owls is the Talons. So they're probably not going to bring those guys on, but wouldn't it be fun if they did? I don't know. So anyway, yeah, let's talk about Firefly. So Firefly ends up going cray, burns an officer. Her and Selena are going to be teaming up this season, so that's going to be excited to see. I can't wait for Selena and her to team up. I think I ran down pretty much the whole episode. There was the Kristen Riddler date that they had. I'm really liking their pair up. I really like that as well. Corey Michael Smith's doing a great job of, like, playing different layers of Edward Nygma. And Kringle's doing really well of actually, like, being happy in this relationship. So I am excited. The actress who plays Kringle, anyway. I am excited. I really like them as well. Other than that, I don't think there was anything else in the episode. Like I said, this one was okay. It wasn't the best. I didn't like it the best, but it was really good. So yeah, I would like to see, next week I'd like to see less Michael Chiklis crazy Strike Force parts, and more of focusing on the villains. This is Rise of Villains, so I'd expect them to do that. I don't know when the new characters are showing up, but I'm excited for that too. Firefly, of course, we know showed up, but I don't know when the others are, so we're probably going to dig into that later on this season. But anyway, go up there to my links up there. You can see my Gotham videos and some other videos I posted. The Flash is tonight. I'll be live tweeting for that. I am excited. This is Captain Cold's week. Yeah, the link's down there to my Twitter, my Instagram, my Vine, and my vlog channel. Go subscribe and follow those. And that's pretty much all I gotta say. So like it for this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.